They brought us the World Series. Put your hands together for the Ricketts. Tom, and more Ricketts. You guys feel so far away over there. Tommy! How are we doing? Where's Pete?
Pete's working, I guess.
Oh, all right.
He's got a job.
He didn't want my hard-hitting questions, huh?
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys. Excited for the 2019 season?
Absolutely.
Very excited. I don't think anyone feels good about how things ended.
Yes.
Which makes you all the hungrier to get going in the next year.
It is hard because we watch the videos, we want to move past it, but we want to enjoy the success that we have as a franchise. Like I mentioned earlier, for the first time in the history of the franchise, they made the playoffs 4 years in a row. How does that feel as the owner of the team to see that?
Well, you know, it almost never happens. Like, I mean, 4 times in a row. It's only happened a couple times since they expanded the division play. So, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah. And to see where kind of Wrigley Field has come. I have a question for Todd.
Go ahead.
What's been, I remember you did Undercover Boss. So you probably, more than your brother and sister, saw a little bit maybe more of the inner workings, although they're both around all the time. What surprised you most about owning a major league team more than anything else you've seen go on?
I guess I'm a little bit competitive. It's a gut check to lose. You know, I like to win all the time. You're talking about 4 years of the playoffs. I'm hungry for more in 19. We want to win another World Series, and I'm surprised at how much it hurt when we lose games in those early seasons. Those 100 loss seasons. I had a rock in my gut all through July, August, and September.
It is hard, right? Because you can't control it. You can't do anything about it. You're just sitting back. I mean, you can't control it. You know, you could go out and spend $1 bazillion on players if you wanted to.
Yeah, but we knew that wouldn't work.
Right? Sustainability is key.
Yeah.
Right? And it really is. Like you've talked about this. I've heard you talk about it. I've heard you talk about it. You talk about it. I've heard the whole entire family talk about it. About not just bringing a World Series, but sustaining that culture of winning for a long period of time. How do you go about that as ownership to do that?
Well, but I think that, I mean, one of the key things we focus on is you realize that your odds of winning the World Series after you make the playoffs isn't correlated to how many games you won during the year. So the key is just make the playoffs and think about that. And I think one of the things that that maybe previous ownership did is they would think about loading up for a big year. Like, let's get this in. This will be our year, and it's just not the right way to think about it. You have to be consistent. You have to build from the bottom up, like we've done with all the great young players we have, and just try to supplement a little bit through free agency and get the right guys, right pieces in, and then just try to be at the top of the division every year. Just give yourself a chance. Because if you think money's going to buy you a championship, that's not going to work. And you think just bringing in a bunch of high paid guys who don't have a core to work with, that's not going to work either.
Yeah, because you guys, we hear this, we see this in the papers and all this stuff about not spit. We have a $200 million payroll. We have a great team. 95 wins is a great major league team, and when you give yourself that opportunity every year, we have a chance to win. That's all you can ask for.
When you're winning 95 games, it's not for lack of talent on the field that you don't go all the way. It's injury, it's some bad breaks here and there. It's being on the road every day in the month of September or what have you. It's and it's fatigue at the end of the season. So it's not like our team lacks for talent by any means, or some of the best coaches in the league either. So
I think if they don't make the playoffs, you just take the hot tubs away. You just start taking things away. If you don't win a playoff game, you just get different things taken away.
That's good.
You're taking a bus instead of a plane. That's always fun. Holiday Inn Express instead of the Ritz. Why not? Motivation.
Because that's a real story I'll remind, where the players came to complain to George Steinbrenner once, and the next day they came back and all the chairs were gone from the locker room. So, I mean, we never got that far, but honestly, like, in terms of all the stories that came out in the past few days, like any other thing, I mean, we'd love to add a superstar every year if that's possible. It's not. And, in terms of, like, overall payroll, we're right at the top of the league. We're never going to catch the Yankees. We're never going to catch the Dodgers. We're just kind of where we're at. We're doing everything we can. But on top of that, like, I think we're built to win. We have great veterans. We have Cole Hamels for a whole year. If everybody stays healthy, if everybody stays focused, we'll be right back at the top of that
division. Todd, around Wrigley, you guys have done a tremendous, incredible job. I know, living in the neighborhood, how much I love it to be able to go in the summertime, take my kids to a movie, in the wintertime and go skating. It's truly a family environment around Wrigley Field. Talk about just your goals as a family and how you guys said, we want to do this because this means the world to us to set that up.
Yeah, sure. Well, as Tom mentioned in his opening speech, that they're really being a good neighbor and giving back, using the team and the wonderful historic venue, leveraging those to really give back to the community and be a good neighbor. And we have a great opportunity to help make the city a better place and make this neighborhood a better place. And shame on us if we don't take every advantage that we have, or every opportunity that we have to take advantage of those to try to give back. So it's a core part of our mission, right up there with restoring and improving Wrigley Field and winning the World Series. So we've tried to invest a lot into the community. It's been a long-term project, so anyone that lives in Wrigleyville, thank you for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience during construction, and for all the people that have been waiting for restrooms in the upper decks. Thank you for your patience. It's coming. The success of our team has made the construction window a little bit shorter, so it's a price to pay. But we're getting there. We're almost there. But so far, the Gallagher Way has been received really, really well. Not only by people in the neighborhood, but everyone all around, all around the city that come to ice skate or farmers markets or Eskimo market or wiggle worms or yoga or all sorts of things, concerts.
And I'm going to take it a little more personally, though. I think, well, you talk about our families. The really special part for me, from a family point of view, is going with all my kids, my nieces, and my nephews, and all the family, like going to Pittsburgh for playoff games, going to New York for playoff games, and San Francisco. And when you're on the road in a playoff game, and you're sitting together, and you feel like you're in a foxhole, right? It's you against the world, and it's such a great thing to drive camaraderie among our family. We've had so much fun in being the visiting team in some of the playoff games. Those have been really special moments. Not to mention, Game 7.
That was all right.
Like the best moment of our family.
It really was. It was incredible in the parade and the city and the celebration. We're looking forward to doing that again real soon. Not everybody, I can't even imagine putting myself in your guys' shoes as to what you have to deal with on a daily basis, because not everybody is the Cubs fan out here and is for the Cubs. You have people who are against certain things that the Cubs are doing. Notably, I was reading an article that actually came out, I think, yesterday, and it was a certain alderman, and he said a quote, which is, "I'm going to be so far up their butts." And I'm just wondering how comfortable those chairs are with Tom Tunney up there. So can you talk a little bit about, how that, maybe Laura, you could kind of speak to that. I know you have some people that you think would be great.
Well, some of you may have seen an op-ed that I put out, was it last week or the week before?
I can't run, by the way, sorry. It's a Canadian thing, I can't even go.
It's crazy. I actually believe we should hold our elected officials accountable. I believe in democracy, and I believe in holding our elected officials accountable. And especially when they're saying smack about your family, that's wrong. That's just not true. You need to speak up, and you need to say something about it. And we love the 44th Ward. We love Wrigleyville, and we're really doing all we can to make it a better place and to be to have detractors or people pointing fingers at you and saying absurd things, it reaches a point where you just have to kind of speak up. But we have an election coming up in the city, and I hope everyone gets out to vote because we have an opportunity to make some changes in the city of Chicago.
And when someone talks smack about the Ricketts family, do you guys get on burner phones and be like, all right, we're going to Aga's house at 1 a.m.? Or you just do what me and Theo do and go with the toilet paper? Is that? Yeah. Sorry, that's an inside joke. I probably shouldn't have said that. I did want to, however, do something. We're going to get into some fun here, some excitement. It's because we didn't really get to pop champagne last year. Although we kind of did. I did. By the
That's
video,
a lot of
clearly.
champagne.
This is more of a cheers and a celebration to 2019. And do a fresh start, a healthy Yu Darvish, a healthy Chris Bryant. And that's better than any free agents we can go sign right now. So, I really hope that this works. And someone can have this court. Everybody duck. It's coming. Well, isn't that something? For dramatic effect, there's a court still stuck in it. So it looks like we're going to have to open this up after the World Series this year. And as soon as somebody can get me a corkscrew.
I got one.
You got one?
This guy's
All right. While we're on to this, as somebody's getting the corkscrew, because we're drinking this before you guys get off stage, at least a sip of it. Something happened during the season, or during this past little bit, where today's world with computers and things happening and all kinds of stuff, emails get broken into, phones get hacked. Your location gets found, you're trying to hide on an island somewhere, and they know where you are, Russians. So, I happen to find some family emails, and I'm really hoping that you can maybe I'm gonna not say who is in here, and you guys can maybe help me out with this, just so we can get an idea about the family. So, this one is from somebody, Ricketts, subject, worst driver. Hey guys, is it just me, or is blank the worst driver in the family? I'm nervous even getting in the car with them behind the wheel. I think we should just hire them a driver. Any thoughts?
That's Laura.
That's Laura?
That's me saying it about Todd.
That's all of you guys?
I have to tell a little story. I got a phone call one day from a friend of mine who said, hey, you know what? If your sister is going to drive like a jerk, she should probably get rid of her vanity plates.
I might have been in a hurry to get my kids at nursery school.
Maybe.
All right, I got another one here. Hey, everyone. Ooh. Subject, Gordon Ramsay's worst nightmare. Would someone please help blank in the kitchen? They can't even make mac and cheese. Maybe I could get them a gift card to the chopping block for Christmas. I'm open to any ideas.
Todd.
Who's that? Who's the worst cook? Who are you guys talking about when you guys sent this? You guys are a really tight family. You won't dish any
I have
secrets.
to own up. I'm probably the worst cook in the family because we were kids. My parents both worked, and Pete and Tom actually learned how to get dinner started because they were a little bit older. And so my mom would tell them, put it in the crock pot, add the seasoning, turn it on, and these guys would get dinner started.
Go to work and then come back and it's ready.
Well, my mom would go to work and she would ask us to get dinner started. And as a result, I'm a good baker. I'm a really good baker, but I'm not a national chef at all. By any means, I can follow a recipe. But
I noticed that Todd keeps throwing you under the bus, by the way. That's bad driver, bad cook.
I'd be like the worst twice, but yeah, it's true. She's the worst.
I speak about something I'm good at, and they're bad.
I like this one because I know you guys. You're a tight family. You travel together. You do vacations together. You just recently went to Montana. I think over the holidays, a nice ski trip together. And that's to me super important. I'm the same way. I love spending time with my family. I thought this one was funny. Hey family, just sitting back reflecting on our recent trip together. I still can't believe that blank thought it was a good idea to blank on the last night in town. I just hope they let us back to that place again. I noticed the laugh. Somebody did something somewhere where you guys are on the maybe the naughty list of that.
I don't know, I left early. I had to leave a little bit early.
It's Tom.
It's gotta be Tom. I had photos of him on New Year's Eve.
Wait, here? Can we put them up? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we had kind of a rough New Year's Eve. We were out in Montana, and and we're trying to do something kind of different. We had some friends get together, and I heard Todd bought himself like some fancy jacket. So there we go. That was champagne. And so so I was at a store and I found this really funky white coat, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear that to Javi's wedding. That is so cool. Like, we're going to Javi Myers getting married in a couple of weeks, and I got to buy it, so I'm so excited. So I got this great coat, but then I had it in Montana. I wore it to the party, and I wasn't doing anything. I was minding my own business, but like a waiter spilled red wine all over the back, and then a buddy tried to save it by putting it in a bag and pouring club soda and shaking it. And of course, at the time, it seemed to make sense. And then the next morning, I opened it up, and the whole thing was just pink. I have to get a different jacket for Javi's wedding.
Which actually would still work at Javi's wedding.
Probably could work. Yeah.
I just got a couple more here. 2 more, actually. This one's apparently somebody's bad habit. Can one of you guys talk to Blank about that snoring thing when they fall asleep on the couch? They make apnea machines, Miss everyone. See you guys soon. P.S. Game of Thrones, April 14. Winter is coming. So you could either go with who wrote it, because somebody's obviously a GOT fan, or who has the snoring problem.
I think I'm the biggest Game of Thrones fan in the family. I love Game of Thrones. Only TV show I watch, actually.
Are you like a Jon Stark? Is that your guy?
What's that?
Who's your character? Khaleesi?
Khaleesi, yeah, Khaleesi.
Dragons. How do you not like her?
She's pretty bad.
She's so dreamy. I just like,
man.
I love dragons. Just to go to the jewel.
Be a dragon. Be a dragon, Dan. Be a dragon.
I watch Game of Thrones too, but I just love all the history shows that we do.
Yeah, good point. Great point. Last one here. TJ just threw this on my desk. Hey everyone, I'm still laughing from last night. Hope everyone had as much fun as I did. I still can't believe Theo and Jed saying, "You shook me all night long" at karaoke night. Do they know they can't sing, right? Everyone, see you Friday at Dave & Buster's. Oh, also, speaking of bad karaoke singers, does Dempster know that he's not on the team anymore? And why does he constantly hang around the clubhouse? So annoying. I don't know. Was that you? Did you write that?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I noticed you keep answering me, but then you also keep looking at that champagne glass. I'm going to help you out there. Now that we finally got that figured out. That's mine. Real crystal these days. It's just not making the same they used to. I gotta just say this. I was lucky enough to be a player for the Chicago Cubs under the ownership of the Ricketts family. I was lucky enough to be invited back and be a member of the front office of the Ricketts family. And to anybody who's got a cocktail out there, a beer out there, I want to raise our glass, and I want to say thank you to Tom, Laura, Todd, Pete, Joe, Ricketts, the whole entire family, and Mom, who doesn't get any credit. There you go. Cheers to another great year in 2019.
I actually think it should go to the fans. Thank you. Thank you for coming out to the convention. We do have the best fans, you said earlier. Cheers to you.
Hey everybody, let's put our hands together. Let's give a nice warm